What's going on, guys? Big welcome to you all to our channel. We are Team Crushing the Meta. We are back with another video. Today we'll talk about the Clan Selection Plus Volume 1, and we have already done, of course, the reveals on golds and on gears. So today we will do the reveals on Megacolony. So Megacolony had some new cards that have been revealed, and we'll talk about the new cards. We'll also talk about the old cards. If you don't know how this set is put together, where pretty much you get 3 new cards and 4 reprints. And the reprints will be that perfect guard, sometimes a promo that we didn't get that much or we didn't receive in the TCG at all, or sometimes cards that are hard to get or very expensive. So we'll talk about all of these, but we will start with the new cards first. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like and comment, and also be a part of our Facebook group if you use Facebook. If you would like to, we'd love to have you. So on Facebook you see the new 3 cards that have been revealed for Megacolony from this set. So this set will be up in February, I think, in our time, or I mean in the TCG in the English format, and the 29th of January in the Japanese format. So pretty much it will be coming very fast at the beginning of the next year. So we will see if this will make a change in the format or not, because some of these clans that are seeing less plays are getting really good cards. So let's talk about Megacolony. Alright, so first we have the new grade 3. Let's talk about his skill right away, and let me explain it also to you guys, because there is a lot to explain when it comes to this card. So first of all, his name is Venom Stinger. I really love the name. I also love the art. Even the background of the card, first of all, I thought, it looks a little bit strange, but I still really liked it a lot. So I think it's a really nice card, and you could pretty much build the whole deck around only this card, which is really nice. Alright, so what is his skill? Well, first skill is when a card is put into your opponent damage zone during your turn, this unit gets an extra 10k. It's very important to understand that this is an auto ability, so each time a card is put into your opponent's damage zone, this card will get an extra 10k, which is crazy because he could become very strong right away, right? Then you would say, hey, how is a card put into your opponent's damage zone? Where, of course, when they take damage, because it doesn't say by a skill, but also by using his second ability. And second ability is when attacks, both ability or Vanguard, both of them are auto. So auto ability on Vanguard, when it attacks, you pay a counterblast and you put one of your regards into your soul. Until the end of the battle, even if a trigger is activated or revealed during your opponent damage check, you get that trigger yourself. So you negate the ability for your opponent, and that skill of the trigger and the power, you'll be getting that. Then you Soul Blast 1 grade 3, choose up to 2 cards from your opponent's damage zone and put them into his or her drop zone and deal 1 damage equal to your opponent's Vanguard, equal to each damage you dealt them. So, okay, let's put this ability into multiple sections. The first thing is, whenever a card is put into your opponent's damage zone, this card gets an extra 10k. Okay, that part is clear. Second ability is, by counterblasting 1 and putting one of your regards into your soul, so that's the first part of the second ability, every damage that your opponent takes, if there will be a trigger activated, you get the power and the trigger. So if it's a heal, you heal and get power. If it's a crit, you get a crit and you heal. If it's a draw, the same way. So that activates without paying the grade 3 parts. Just the first part, by putting one of your regards into your soul and paying the counterblast, which is very good because you get the ability to put one of your regards into your soul, which means you could put a grade 3 into your soul to soul blast it for the second part. Also, some people have been asking, will you get only the crit? So let's say that your opponent gets a critical trigger. Will you only get the crits, or you get the power and you get the crit and the power? As we have seen from the stream, you get the crit and the power, which is incredibly good. So this card is really good because it doesn't only negate the trigger ability for your opponent, but it also give it to you. So whenever you do your opponent more damage, you only benefit from that, and they will not get the damage checks because it's not possible. So that's pretty good. Then we get to the last part of the ability, and that's like the second part of the second ability, which is by Soul Blasting a grade 3, you also put 2 of your opponent cards from their damage zone to their drop zone, and then you deal them 2 new damage, which means that this card will get an extra 20k because you deal them 2 damage, and you get actually kind of 2 extra drive checks. So that's what you're doing. He's getting 2 drive checks from your opponent deck, and you're giving him extra 20k. So if you drive check 2 triggers, you will be giving him extra 20k, but you also have other 20k from the triggers to put them onto your Vanguard. So again, a pretty good ability. You could build the whole deck around him, especially because they also gave us a secondary grade 3, which is this guy. So let's go right into this, because this works really good with that ability of that new grade 3 with what's his name, Venom Stinger. So auto from the drop zone. At the end of the battle, your grade 3 or greater Vanguard attacks. If a new card was put into your opponent damage zone this turn, counterblast 1 and call this unit to Vanguard. So pretty much at the end of that battle that you attacked, you could just counterblast 1 and you could call this card, which is really amazing because then you will have just a multi-attack. So you do get the ability to call this first, and then you put it into your soul with the other with Venom Stinger skill, then you soul blast it, and then it's already in the drop zone, so you could call it back. Also works when you just stride with it, like you could put this card, like put it away to stride with, and then you could call it back to have some multi-attacking and premium. But pretty much in standard, you could build a deck around these two, around Venom Stinger and the new grade 3, and you could put whatever you like into the deck as well. Alright, then he has his second ability. When placed, you Soul Blast 1, and then you choose one of your Vanguard, stand it, and this unit get an extra 10k. So you don't only get 1 extra attack, you get 2 extra attacks by calling this card. So what you do, pretty much, is you have your Vanguard being the Venom Stinger, and you have on one side a Vanguard that is just strong to attack with. And then you will be able to attack first with this Vanguard, and then you attack with the other Vanguard, and then you attack with your Vanguard. You eat up your grade 3, which is this card. It goes to the drop zone. Then at the end of the battle, you call this back, and with this ability, you restand the other card. So you attack 5 times. Just by paying 2 counter blasts and 2 soul blasts, you could just attack 5 times. This is insane. It's the same as the skill of Charlotte, right? So maybe Charlotte's a little bit easier to get. You only need the soul. This is like you have to put more combinations into it, but it really makes it interesting to play, right? So again, a very, very, very nice ability to add to Megacolony. And then we also have the grade 1, an amazing looking art, I would say. Some people said that it looks like another anime character. I don't know. Not to my knowledge, but it does definitely look amazing. Very nice art. So what this card does, a deck or soul, it's regarded as a grade 3. So this is crazy right here, because if you have this into your soul, it is already a grade 3 that you could soul blast, and then you get the ability of Venom Stinger right away, right? So that's crazy. Alright, then we talk about his second ability, which is an auto ability on Vanguard. Rest this unit, and then put the normal unit from your drop zone back to the bottom of your deck. So it's a good recyclement, and you just need to rest this unit, but that's fine. You countercharge 1, you choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and that unit cannot intercept until the end of turn. This ability may only be used by the same card name once per turn. But pretty much it gives you the countercharge that you need. So it's a very, very, very good replacement for the other grade 1 that we had in the past, which by resting it, you countercharge 1 and you give one of your units an extra plus 5k, I think, if I'm not mistaken. This card does it in a different way. It doesn't give power, so the other card could be better. But what this card does is it said that your opponent cannot intercept, so it's good against Protect 2 matchups, but also it's good because you could recycle some of your own units back to the bottom of your deck. It's a normal unit, but you still recycle, which means this works good in a Gridora deck. Also in premium it works good because with the stride you could keep calling that grade 3 that when it's placed you resend one of your other cards, although we pretty much got a better version of him already, but still it's good. Alright, then we talk about the reprints. So the first reprint that we have is Mantis. It's good to reprint Mantis again. Why? Because this card was still hard to get and expensive to get. So I still think this was a smart choice from Bushi to reprint it yet again. The other card that they reprinted is the card that I was talking about. When this unit is placed, you rest this unit, you choose one of your rare guards, and you give it an extra 10k until the end of the battle, and then you put this unit into your soul, and you could countercharge 1. So pretty much you do lose her, but again, the countercharge 1 is nice. Putting her into the soul is not part of the cost, which means even if she's not there, you still countercharge 1, but giving one of your units an extra 10k is nice. So it's good to have to choose between this and this card. And then we have the Millipede, one of the, let's say, hard to get promo. It's really not that easy to get this card at all, although it have been reprinted multiple times in the English format only once, so again understandable. And what this card does is pretty much you could rest it, and your opponent's rare guards in the same column cannot stand. So that's good because you could just use that for your advantage. But again, with Gridora you don't really have to use it. But the second ability is also very good, which is when it attacks or attack boosted hits, you put this unit into your soul and you countercharge 1. So it's a good countercharger, but pretty much it's a card that people still love to tag it into their deck. So as you see, lots of resting, lots of restanding, and lots of countercharging. So that's always good. And last but not least, of course, we have Madonna to add to the deck. The perfect guard's always good to have in the deck. Really works to add her to make that deck works better, because you could play draw triggers in the deck. You could also play 2-on-2 to draw PGs and 2 Sentinel crits, because again this is Megacolony, so it's already a Protect clan. But with the new playstyle, I could also see people playing Protect 2, because you do attack multiple times with the same column, so that plus 5k also makes a difference, and then it would be good to play these PGs. And that's pretty much it for Megacolony. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys also enjoy our content. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, comment, and like, and be a part of our Facebook group if you use Facebook or you have fun using it. Then we would love to have you in the group. Alright guys, thank you all for watching, and till next time. Bye bye.